course, in the east, we're starting off on a dry and a bright note, even with some sunshine. But there's rain already in the west, and that's going to be moving northwards and eastwards through the day, accompanied by strong winds with gales for some of us. I'll have all the details coming up later in the programme. But it's not going to last, because as we go through the course of the day, some rain that's already in some western areas is going to push northwards and eastwards, and it's going to be accompanied by windy conditions with gales. So a dry and a bright start, bit of cloud around, turning any sunshine hazy, and then in comes the rain, pushing northwards and eastwards. The rain will be patchier in nature across the far southeast, but the wind will strengthen through the day as well, especially through the Irish Sea and southwest England. And with exposure, we could have gusts as much as 50 miles an hour, perhaps a little bit more. Inland, we start out looking at gusts around about 40 miles an hour. And don't forget, trees are in full leaf. We could have some issues with that. So the rainfall totals will continue to tot up as we go through the next 24 hours. And you can see how the rain spreads across the UK. It's not moving particularly quickly. There will still be gales across southern areas. And we're looking at overnight temperatures between 4 and 10 degrees. So again, not particularly cold either. Tomorrow, we still will have this area of low pressure with its rain. The strongest winds across southern areas getting over towards the southeast and East Anglia, 50 to 60 miles an hour. The top numbers, especially with exposure. And temperature-wise, while we're looking in the north at 7 to highs of maybe 14 as we come down to the south. But as the low pressure continues to drift off into the North Sea, behind it, it will brighten up in Scotland and Northern Ireland. But then you will see some showers. So for the next few days, the weather still remains unsettled. Charlie Nagger.
Carol, thanks so much. We'll see you later. Carol, how are you doing today? Lovely morning, but we've had a lot of rain lately. Is that going to continue?
That's right, on all counts, Naga. Yes, the rain is going to continue. It was a beautiful morning, as you can see from the sunrise on a time-lapse of London earlier on. But already the cloud is building, and today's forecast is actually going to be a pretty wet one and a windy one for many parts of the UK. And the reason for this is we've got low pressure coming in from the Atlantic. And you can see how it advances northwards and eastwards, taking its rain. But one look at those isobars tells you we're looking at strong winds, gales, developing through the day across the Irish Sea, southwest England, South Wales, even inland, looking at gusts as much as 40 miles an hour. So there goes the rain pushing northwards and eastwards, patchier across the southeast, drier and brighter in Shetland with just 1 or 2 showers. And temperature-wise, we're looking at 7 in Lerwick to 14 or 15 as we come further south. So temperatures below par for this stage in May. As we head on through the evening and overnight, here's the centre of the low pressure. The rain is rotating around it, and it's going to continue to push very slowly across the UK. And once again, we're looking at strong winds gusting to 50 miles an hour. Even inland, we could see gusts that much across southern areas with, again, temperatures falling to between 4 and 10. So for most, it's not going to be a cold night. We should be frost-free. But the Met Office has got a weather warning out for the wind. Trees, of course, are in full leaf. We can see branches down. It could cause some disruption. That plus, of course, the amount of rainfall in the next 24 hours across parts of Wales and higher ground, for example, and also northwest England. So tomorrow, our low pressure continues to drift steadily eastwards. We'll see more rain getting into the southeast and East Anglia. And once again, strong winds across southern areas, the strongest with exposure, but even inland, we are looking at gusty winds. Temperatures 7 to 13 or 14 degrees. So once again, temperatures still not where they should be. We should be looking at very roughly 15 in the north to about 17 or 18 as we come further south. Now, heading on into the weekend, Saturday sees the low pressure, here's the centre, being pulled away. So there'll be some early rain, and then we're looking at sunshine and showers. Some of us will miss the showers altogether and get away with a dry day. And we're looking at temperatures by then still below par, 7 to 13 degrees. So how long is this going to last? Well, on Sunday, we've got a new area of low pressure coming in from the Atlantic, bringing more rain with it, moving west to east. It will pull away during Monday. And then as we go into the middle of next week, it looks like things will settle down. So a quick look at Sunday. We've got a dry start in central and eastern areas with just a few showers developing ahead of the weather front attached to that low pressure coming in from the west, drifting steadily eastwards through the day. And once again, these are our temperatures, 9 to 13 degrees. So nothing to write home about with the weather for the next few days. Now getting Charlie.
Carol, thank you very much.
We started off on a dry and a bright note, but it's not going to last. We've got some wet and windy weather with gales for some coming in from the west and moving northwards and eastwards through the day. I'll have all the details in about 8 minutes. Well, the picture tells the story. Today it is going to be wet and windy, even if it's starting off dry where you are at the moment. Now, we've already got some rain coming in across Northern Ireland, Wales into the southwest. You can see the cloud building ahead of it, turning any early sunshine hazy, and we also have some showers across the northeast of Scotland. Now, those showers will continue on and off through the course of the day. Quite a lot of cloud around, so bright rather than sunny, and then the rain by 10 o'clock will be coming in across Argyll and Bute and Dumfries and Galloway and moving across Northern Ireland. We'll see a little bit get into northwest England at this stage, and also Wales, and patchier it is as we push that bit further south. Now, through the rest of the day, that rain is going to be pushing northwards and eastwards. The wind is also going to strengthen. The Met Office has a yellow weather warning out for the wind. Starts at 6 o'clock this evening, but we could well have gales up the Irish Sea, parts of Wales, especially the south and also the southwest. Even inland, we are looking at gusty winds up to about 40 miles an hour. So drier conditions with a few showers in the southeast, and we'll see sunshine and showers across Shetland. But temperatures here only 7 degrees and 14 or 15 as we come that bit further south. Now, through this evening and overnight, the centre of our low pressure is here. We still have all this rain wrapped around it as it slowly continues its journey moving eastwards. So we'll see more rain getting in across southern England, and here too the wind will strengthen inland as well. But temperatures tell the story. It's going to be a mild night. Nugget and Charlie.
Carol, thank you very much.
Maybe.
Well, we're swiftly moving on from that one. Good morning, everybody. This morning, certainly, Naga is right. It is wet and windy for some of us, and if you haven't got it yet, it is coming your way. Low pressure is dominating our weather today, and this is the area of low pressure. You can see the cloud wrapped around it, but it's not just cloud. It's also rain, and the track it's taking is pushing northwards and eastwards, some heavy and persistent rain with it. And look at the wind arrows, so that tells you alone it's going to be a windy day, especially so in some western and southern areas. So many of us started off on a dry and bright note, a few showers across northeast Scotland, but the rain piling in, moving northwards and eastwards, heavy and persistent, lighter and more patchy across southern England, but the wind will certainly be a feature. Gales across the Irish Sea, Wales in the southwest, even inland we're looking at gusts as much as 40 miles an hour. Temperatures 7 to about 14 or 15 degrees. They should be roughly north to south, 15 to about 18, so below par to stick with the golfing theme. Now, through this evening and overnight, the low pressure that's coming in today will continue to push eastwards, bringing more of us some rain, and the wind strengthening across southern counties. It's not going to be a cold night. In fact, it's going to be quite a mild night, with some not getting lower, for example, in Liverpool, than 11 degrees. Tomorrow then, we still have low pressure across us, still producing all this rain wrapped around it. Windy across southern England and South Wales. We could have gusts 50 to 60 miles an hour. The Met Office has a yellow wind warning out for this. Will lead to some disruption, but as that low pressure pulls away, it will brighten up across northwest Scotland and Northern Ireland. But for you, you will then see some showers. Now, as we head on into Saturday, once again, we're looking at that mixture of sunshine and showers. Some of the showers will be heavy and thundery, and then we're back to square one with our next area of low pressure on Sunday coming in, bringing in some rain. So here's today's low pressure. On Saturday, it will have pulled off into the North Sea and taken its weather front with it in doing so. Then we've got sunshine and showers, as I mentioned, some heavy and thundery with some hail, with some western areas could miss them altogether and stay dry. On Sunday, a lot of dry weather to start the day, but remember that low pressure I was telling you about? Here it comes, bringing in some wet weather, some gusty winds, and even the chance we could see some winteriness on the tops of the mountains in Scotland. Naga and Charlie.
Yeah, you see?
Replaces low pressure, Naga. So let's hope that is the case.
That's what we want to hear.
But then she could just say...
Dry and a bright start for many central and eastern areas. Rain already in the west is going to move northwards and eastwards through the day. Some of it will be heavy and persistent, and the wind is also going to strengthen, with some parts of the country having gales. I'll have all the details coming up. Good morning both. Good morning to you too. We saw with Sharon in South Shields that it's a beautiful start to the day in eastern areas, but it's not going to last because we've got low pressure coming in from the Atlantic, bringing wet and windy weather. We've already got some of that in the west already, although the rain from it a little bit lighter across southwest England and also southeast England, more patchy, but the cloud building turning the sunshine hazy. But more heavy and persistent rain for Wales, northwest England, Northern Ireland and southwest Scotland, with showers on and off through the day across northeast Scotland. Now you can see the progress this rain makes, moving northwards and eastwards. The wind is going to strengthen, particularly across the Irish Sea, Wales and the southwest, where we're looking at gales, but even inland we could have gusts up to 40 miles an hour. Temperatures today 7 in the north to 14, maybe 15 in the south. Now through this evening and overnight, the rain continues to push steadily eastwards. The wind will strengthen across parts of the southeast, so the southern half of England and Wales, very gusty winds, particularly close to the coast. But it's going to be a really mild night. Look at this, some of us not dropping below double figures. And then tomorrow we still have this low pressure with us, still drifting eastwards, still very windy across southern areas, but the rain clearing northwest Scotland and Northern Ireland, it will brighten up for you, but then we'll see some showers. And temperatures tomorrow, 7 in Lerwick to 13 in Norwich. So unsettled for the next few days, sums it up quite nicely. Naga and Charlie.
It certainly does.